Hello viewers, welcome to the interesting story of Jonah. But before we start, please do well to subscribe, like, and share to get more of such Bible story videos. Let's start. Long ago, in a land by the sea, lived a man named Jonah. He wasn't a king, a warrior, or a rich man. He was a prophet. That means he was someone who listened to God and shared his messages with others. One day, Jonah heard something surprising. God had a special mission for him, one that would take him far from home. So, God said to Jonah, "Go to Nineveh, that great city, and preach against it, for their wickedness has come up before me." Jonah was very angry and responded to God, saying,
Go to Nineveh? But they're our enemies. They don't listen. They don't deserve a second chance.
Instead of obeying, Jonah did something unexpected. He ran the other way. Determined to go to Tarshish, he offered payment to a sailor, stepping onto a ship destined for Tarshish. The sailor greeted him, oblivious to the impending divine storm. This marked the beginning of Jonah's flight from responsibility. He thought he could run from God, but God had other plans. In the night, a mighty storm hit the sea. The wind howled. The waves slammed the ship. The sailors panicked. A sailor screamed, "Throw the cargo overboard! We are sinking!" Another sailor urged, "Everyone, pray to your gods. Maybe someone will hear us." While the sailors were fighting to save the ship, Jonah was fast asleep below deck. Then a sailor came and woke Jonah up, shouting, "How can you sleep at a time like this? Get up! Pray to your God." The ship was tossed violently as the sailors huddled together in the dim light of flickering lanterns. As the storm persisted, the sailors drew lots to see who was causing the trouble. The lot fell on Jonah. All eyes turned, their collective gaze a heavy burden. Jonah stood sheepish, as he could not hide his identity anymore. He confessed, saying,
I'm a Hebrew. I worship the Lord, the God who made the sea and the land. I'm running away from him. Throw me into the sea, and the storm will calm down.
At first, the sailors didn't want to. They tried to row back to land, but it was no use. Reluctantly, the sailors tossed Jonah overboard. Instantly, the storm stopped. The sea became calm. In awe, one of the sailors said, "His God is real." But Jonah didn't drown. God sent a huge fish to swallow him. And inside that fish, Jonah sat for 3 whole days and nights. So he started praying to God, saying,
God, when I was in trouble, I called to you, and you answered. I was sinking, but you saved me. I was wrong to run. I will do what you asked. Thank you for rescuing me.
Alone in the belly of the fish, Jonah prayed, seeking redemption. He recommitted himself to God's will, finding strength in isolation. God heard Jonah's prayer, and then, on the 3rd day, the fish swam to the shore and spat Jonah out with a splash. Then God spoke to Jonah again, saying,
Go to Nineveh and give them my message.
With newfound resolve, Jonah walked toward Nineveh, each step a testament to his humble acceptance of divine will. Then he just casually shouted,
40 more days, and Nineveh will be destroyed unless you turn from your evil ways.
To Jonah's surprise, the people listened. The crowd stopped, their faces etched with guilt and a dawning sense of gravity. They said, "We've done wrong. We need to change." A somber mood settled over the city. Even the king heard the message. He stood up from his throne, took off his royal robe, and put on sackcloth, a sign of being sorry. He said,
No one shall eat or drink. Let everyone cry out to God. Turn from evil. Who knows? Maybe God will show us mercy.
God saw their hearts. They truly wanted to change. So, he forgave them. He did not destroy the city. But Jonah was angry and said,
I knew you would do this. I knew you'd forgive them. That's why I ran away in the first place. You're too kind, even to people who don't deserve it.
Jonah was angry. He wanted the city punished, so he sat down, hoping God might still destroy it. God gave Jonah a plant for shade. Jonah was happy that the tree gave him relief from the hot sun. But the next day, God sent a worm. The plant withered. Then came a hot wind. Jonah felt faint, and this intensified Jonah's misery. So Jonah started complaining to God, saying,
Just let me die. This is too much.
And God asked him a question, saying,
Jonah, you cared about that plant, even though you didn't make it grow. Shouldn't I care about Nineveh? There are thousands of people there, and even animals. I love them all.
Jonah arose and gazed over Nineveh, lost in thought. Nineveh basked in serene daylight, the joyous sounds of children mingling with the industrious rhythm of families working together. Lost in thought, Jonah turned away from the vibrant scene, his footsteps echoing softly in the distance. The city's redemption and God's boundless mercy were palpable in every corner of this peaceful tableau. The grand hall of Nineveh hummed with a hushed reverence, sunlight illuminating the air. The king stood before his people, his voice resonating with authority and sincerity. The crowd listened attentively, their eyes fixed on their ruler. Nods of agreement rippled through the assembly, demonstrating their unwavering commitment to change. Jonah wandered through the countryside, the sun warm on his face. The gentle breeze whispered through the tall grass as Jonah reflected on God's lesson. A shepherd tended to his flock, his presence a silent testament to God's care for all creatures. Alone in the tent, Jonah sat surrounded by dancing shadows, a silent witness to his solitude. In the dim light, Jonah captured his journey in a worn, leather-bound journal. The candlelight flickered, revealing the marks of understanding and doubt etched upon Jonah's face. And that's where the story ends. One thing is clear: God's love is bigger than we can imagine. God doesn't just love the good, or the strong, or the ones who've never made mistakes. He loves everyone, even people who have done wrong, if they are willing to change. Sometimes we run from what we know is right. Sometimes we think others don't deserve forgiveness. But God shows us again and again, He's a God of second chances. So, who in your life needs a second chance? Maybe it's someone else. Maybe it's you. Thanks for watching, and please forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye for now.